sushi?
Nice. All right.
Oh, okay. I'll show you that. Oh, chirashi sushi. Oh, it's difficult. Maybe I
Okay.
this one. Okay, this is easy. No, uh, my computer is very bad.
Okay. Yeah, when you get a chance and you can send it and you think you can send it, that'd be great to see. Uh,
But I'm not
may-
sure you can see it or not.
okay, maybe if you write the name of the
Mhm.
food in like
This
Google
one,
some, yeah.
bubbling chat.
Okay, can search for it myself too. Neither, how's it going? Okay, so you'll be typing today. Um, all right. Well, I guess how are you doing? You can type that, I'm sure. How are you? Yeah, it's been a while. Good to see you. Julieta, how are you doing?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, cool. Um, and Julieta, what about you? What have you done today?
I studied
Okay.
and have been reading.
Okay, so you had a meeting. How did the meeting go?
No, I have been reading.
Oh, nice. I forget what book. What book have you been reading?
No, it is not a book. I was reading
About
about
the earthquakes?
yes.
Okay. Um, yeah, have you found anything interesting or exciting?
Hmm. I have I found yes, uh, uh, someone who said that you can bold the ma magnitude of an earthquake with the social situation of a country, and they have a formula for
Okay, I'm not sure. Can you repeat that one more time?
that. Is it?
Sorry.
No, it's because I don't know the words. Uh, Magnitude, I don't know.
The magnitude.
Yes, so uh, they connected the magnitude of the event with the social situation of a place with a formula.
Okay, that makes sense. So they kind of are tied together, so the magnitude
Yes,
is kind of
tied together.
amplified.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. No, that would
Yes.
make sense for sure. Um, yeah, that sounds really cool. I still haven't read that other article that you sent me, but all right. And I think we're good. Let's get started. So we'll be talking about some news stories at the moment. And so Heidi, can you, well, probably pretty good. Heidi, have you been following any news stories recently?
New story. Yeah, today I found a very interesting news article.
Okay, what was it about?
It's about pieces. You can tell your pieces.
It's it's about maybe fetuses.
Pieces. I'm not sure. It's Spanish news. I read it in Spanish.
Okay, nice. Which country?
America, United States, Massachusetts, some institute. They will transplant that one to the patient who is suffering with their butt ingesting system.
With a bad digestive system?
Yeah,
No, transplant.
Transplant feces. Feces.
Ah, feces. Wow.
Feces. You see,
Okay.
this is
I was
sin.
confused.
If you are interested in this article, this is a Spanish. Please
Okay.
read later.
Um,
In the feces, there are many bacteria, and even the very good bacteria, but some people lost their good bacteria.
okay. Um, but some people lose their good bacteria.
Mhm.
Okay.
That kind of patient has some diarrhea or um, intestinal pain or like that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Sounds like a really interesting article. And that's
Yeah.
from Massachusetts where they're doing that. Sounds odd. Um,
You can
uh,
sell it $250 a month.
wow, really interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot of money. Um, all right. And Shinwei, welcome to class. Shinwei, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm busy.
You're busy?
Yes.
Okay. Um, maybe if we say I'm busy right now, it's it's more like I can't talk right now if I'm busy. It's just like it's more like saying hold on. If you say I have been busy, you can say like you've been doing a lot of things recently. Does that make sense, Shinwei?
Mm. You are very patient. I'm busy right now.
You're busy right now?
Mm. But I continue to learn English with you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you back. Um,
Long time no see.
yeah, it's been a long time. So I'm busy right now is like I can't talk right now, and I've been busy is more like I have had a lot of things to do,
Mm.
maybe which is why I haven't done something. Yeah, so it's slightly different, but good. It's nice to see you again. Um, and Julieta, what about you? What news story are you following right now?
Mm. Today I have read that the QE of people in the world is increasing. The
The I'm sorry, can you repeat
QE,
that?
uh, in QE,
QE? QI?
yes, QI, sorry.
Okay. Been reading. And can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Um, I have read that the average of the world in of the QI in the world
Ah,
is
IQ.
increasing.
Okay.
IQ, okay. Oh, mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. So the average IQ in the world is increasing. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say why they think it's increasing? Or how much it's increasing?
It's increasing about 10 point every decade, especially in a country like China and India. Mm, and it was because of education and because of the use of technology like computer and smartphone.
Because of education
Mm.
and computer and smartphone. Okay, nice. That's really cool. I didn't know that. But 10 points every decade. And IQ it stands for intelligence quotient. Um,
Mhm.
but nice. That's really cool. And Nader, if you want to write what you've been reading, if you've been reading any interesting news stories, we can definitely go through that. Shinwei, what about you? Been reading any interesting news stories?
Quotient.
I have been reading an article about Russia.
Hmm. What about Russia?
A famous leader was killed.
Hmm. Okay, and so maybe, yeah, can you explain a little bit more about what happened, and what you
Mm,
think about it?
a, an anti-government leader was killed by a killer in Moscow
Yeah.
with his with his with his model company
With his what?
model company.
I'm not
I
sure what,
type it for you.
with his model. Oh, with his model girlfriend.
Mm,
Um, so it sounds
com,
like model.
company.
Companion?
Mm,
Was it a
company.
companion? Companion. And it sounds like model, companion.
Mm,
Can you repeat model,
model
companion?
company. Mm, model company. Mm,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, model, companion.
mm.
Maybe we can get like a U in there. But good. And yeah, it was Boris.
A lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people thought that. A lot of people think that.
Good. Yeah,
Uh,
thank.
think the murderer the murderer
Good.
should be the president
Okay.
of Russia.
Of Russia. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't
Putin.
say.
You know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Putin. Um, okay, we wouldn't say should be though. Um,
Mm,
we'd have to change
might be.
this. What was that?
Might be.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Might be. President of Russia. Good. Nicely done. Um, okay, and Umberto, welcome to class as well. Umberto, how are you doing?
I'm fine, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, good. Make sure when you say I'm fine, make sure you do pronounce that M. It does sound strange if you just say I fine. We want to say I'm fine. But good. Um,
Okay.
a- and I guess maybe one more. Umberto, have you been following any news stories recently?
Uh, what, teacher? Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, so have you been following any news stories? What news stories are you following now?
Um, well, I was follow a story about an accident that had my friend yesterday, and unfortunately, uh, he killed someone.
Um,
Uh, he killed a young man. Um, he was driving his car drunk, and well, uh, he nowadays he uh, he's now in jail. Um, that's one of the, and this new is the last one I read on the newspaper, and I try to uh, give him a call, but his phone is no, uh, but I don't receive any answer. Uh, I I saw today on the news, and he is on jail.
wow.
I'm very worried about this.
Yeah, that's definitely a really worrying situation. It's really sad. Um, Correcting grammar, I suppose I am following, or you could say I have been following a news story. But yeah, Umberto, I'm really sorry about that. It's really tough. But okay,
Yeah.
let's take a look at the next page. Um, yeah, Shinwei, can you read the title and the words?
Correspondent. Feature. Breaking news. Tabloid. Oh, I don't know this word.
It's a tough one.
Plagiarize. Journalist. Editorial. Yellow journalism. Color, columnist.
Good. A couple small things. You did a really good job. Can you repeat columnist?
Columnist.
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 Mm-hmm.
Columnist.
And then journalism.
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 Journalism, yeah. Editorial.
Editorial.
Mm-hmm. Editorial. Journalist.
Journalist.
List. Plagiarize.
Plagiarize.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Plagiarize and correspondent.
Correspondent.
Yeah, good job. Nice work, Shinwei. Correspondent. And Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How, how are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Nice to see you, Ken.
Good to see you again.
And so, Heidi, can you make a sentence with plagiarize?
Uh-huh. Okay. The writer plagiarized a lot of sentences from famous novel.
Nice, really good job. We're missing an article.
From the
famous novel, yeah. Good. Nicely done. Okay. And yeah. Juditha, can you make a sentence using yellow journalism?
Um, Yellow journalism. Mm, If you read always this kind of article, you will you will fill your head with the trash because it's yellow journalism.
Nice. Nice job. We need to change this around a little bit. How would you change this?
If you always read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you always read this kind of article, you will fill your head with trash because it's yellow journalism. Good. All right, and I think we're good here. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words? What they mean? Shinwei, Umberto?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the tabloid means.
Tabloid. Okay. Yeah, who can explain? What does tabloid mean?
Tabloid is like a British newspaper. Some they always put the news, gossip news.
Yeah, and it's not only British newspaper. So there are definitely
But
American.
it's very famous tabloid.
The Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Sun is a very famous tabloid. So a newspaper that generally writes gossip news. Yeah, and tabloid is a format. Is a format of newspaper. Generally, the newspapers that use this format write gossip news. So the two terms have become kind of synonymous. So good, exactly. Nice job, Heidi. Any other questions here?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay, good. And nothing else? We're good? Okay, let's do some reading, and let's have Umberto. Can you read the first paragraph?
Yes, uh, the story. In case you thought Israel was a fan of Iran's Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu is here to tell you that is not the case. He is giving a speech before Congress today, which is causing lots of drama.
Good. Okay, Israeli.
Right.
Yeah, good. And Shinwei, can you read the next part?
Why is this a big deal? For a few reasons. One, Netanyahu is up for re-election later this month. Foreign heads of state don't normally visit D.C. close to when they're running for office. 2. Netanyahu was invited by Republican lawmakers who forgot to add President Obama to the invite. 3.
Wow.
The US and Iran are reportedly close to agreeing on a framework for a nuclear deal before an end of March deadline, while U.S. officials have insisted they would never let Iran build a nuclear weapon. Bibi has his doubts.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you did a good job here. Think framework for a nuclear deal. Can you repeat framework for a nuclear deal?
Framework for a nuclear deal.
Good. And then forgot to add president. Forgot to add president.
Bogota and the president.
Yeah. Forgot to add president. I think that was good.
Bogota and the president.
Yeah, president. So we want to emphasize the beginning of it. President.
President.
Uh-huh. Good. Foreign heads. Foreign heads.
Foreign heads. Foreign heads.
Nice. Good job. And up for re-election.
Up for re-election.
Good. And this name is tricky. I'm pretty sure it's Netanyahu. Can you repeat Netanyahu?
Netanyahu.
Yeah, something more like that, Netanyahu. I'm not really sure, but Benjamin. Maybe we can just call him Benjamin. Does anybody have any questions so far about what we've read?
Invite is the noun. For example, if Obama was the person who was invited, maybe invitee or something, right?
Yeah, so the invitee.
Invite, that is only one E, so I wondered if it's noun or verb. But there's article, so.
The invite. Okay. So the invite is like the invitation.
Not the person.
No. The invite is the invitation, maybe list, we could say. Okay. And any other questions?
Who is Bibi?
Good. Bibi is a nickname, I'm not really sure why, for Benjamin. I haven't heard the nickname before, so it's not super common. Yeah, but I'm not really sure.
What is a fan of the Iran's Israel? What this phrase mean?
One more time?
First sentence. A fan of Iran's Israeli.
Okay.
What is
So
fan
there's
of?
a fan of Iran's. So in case you thought Israel liked Iran, in case you mistakenly thought Israel liked Iran. This is
Okay.
what it's saying. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and Julieta, so apparently Bibi is the nickname only for this Benjamin Netanyahu. That's his nickname. I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, I'm not sure why it's his nickname. But yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu is an Israeli politician. And good. Any other questions? Okay. So hold on. Ken, can you read the last part?
Okay. What is going to say? That Iran poses a real threat to Israel's survival. That Iran already funds terrorism in Israel's backyard. So image what it would do with a nuclear weapon. That the agreement being negotiated shows the US has given up on keeping this from happening. That Congress should reject a nuclear deal with Iran.
Good. Really nice job. Backyard.
Backyard.
Yeah, backyard. Imagine.
Imagine.
Yeah. And the U.S. has given up.
US has given up.
Yeah, especially because it has these quotations. We'd add like a little pause in between. So that the agreement being negotiated shows that the U.S. has given up on keeping this from happening.
US has given up on
Exactly.
keeping. Okay.
There you go. That was perfect. And Amp, welcome to class. Amp, how's it going?
Hi, teacher. Doing well, thank you. What about you?
Doing really well. Thanks for asking. All right, can anybody give a brief overview of what we just read for Amp? Can anybody give her a brief overview? Maybe Heidi, can you give her an overview of what we've read?
Okay, and many readers of countries gathered in Israel. No?
Actually, it's in the U.S.
U.S. Okay, U.S. To have a conversation about Middle East around Israel, because Israel had a war, kind of concern about nuclear weapon, developing nuclear weapon in Iraq.
In Iran. Yeah.
In Iran.
Yeah, and so it's controversial for a few reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good job though, Heidi, thanks. So yeah, he was invited to the United States to give a speech before Congress. It's kind of odd because he's up for re-election and foreign heads aren't really supposed to visit DC when they're running for office. Also, he was invited by Republicans, and then the president's a Democrat, and the president wasn't invited to listen to the speech. And also, there's this deal that the U.S. and Iran are trying to sign. But yeah, so it's an interesting thing, and I think that's happening today, actually. Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Where is DC? What is DC?
Okay. Does anybody know what DC is?
Washington D.C.
German.
Washington D.C. and somebody else.
Oh, Washington DC. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, in Spanish they'd say like DF. So DC, it's like the District of Columbia, actually. District of Columbia. Yeah, for Washington D.C. And good. Any other questions?
I have read Obama saying that Iran should pause the nuclear the use of nuclear for 10 years. So I don't know.
They should. I'm not sure if I understand.
That Iran should pause the use of nuclear power for 10 years.
They should pause.
Stop.
Okay, pause. Yeah, can you repeat pause?
Pause.
They should pause the use of nuclear power for 10 years, or they should pause their program to develop nuclear power for 10 years? Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't heard that, but that's probably pretty accurate. Yeah, good. Any other questions here? Okay. And, okay, Nader, we'd be looking at Iran. So it's possessive. He's a fan of Iran's, so Iran possesses his fandom. Iran possesses his fandom. That's why Iran is possessive, because it's kind of like saying Iran's fan, and Netanyahu is not a fan of the country. Pretty much. I hope that makes sense, Nather, with the apostrophe. Anyways, let's go on to the next page to finish this article. Heidi, can you read the first part?
Okay, what the reaction? The Obama administration says a nuclear-armed Iran is not an option, and that Netanyahu needs to give the U.S. the benefit of the doubt. In these talks, House Speaker John
Boehner, I think.
Boehner, or ROH, said Congress needs to hear what the leader of Israel had to say. Israel had to say about this deal, and Iran, per usual, says it doesn't know what all the fuss is about, since its nuclear program is definitely for peaceful purposes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Purposes.
Purposes.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I think you did a good job. ROH, what's that stand for?
This one, John Boehner, House Speaker. John Boehner, or ROH.
Yeah, what's R mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Does anybody know what R means?
You said armed? What word?
R.
R.
So after John Boehner.
ROH.
So right here?
Representative. 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 No.
It's actually Republican.
Republican.
Yeah. So whenever we're talking politics in the United States, pretty much any name will have a letter after it, and it'll say either R or D. So which means Republican or Democrat. And OH is actually just the state. So it's Ohio. Which is probably not something that you'd be expected to know, but be aware that all of the states have these two-letter abbreviations. Yeah, and this is Ohio, so it'll always have the party affiliation and the state where they're from. Okay, but you did a good job. Any other questions here? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, Julieta, can you read this next part?
The US and Israel are supposed to be best friends, but their current two heads of state have never really clicked. This visit seems to have brought the relationship to a new low.
Nice, okay. Their current two heads of state.
Their current two heads of state.
Nice, good job. And maybe Israel.
Israel.
Nice. Good. Julieta, what do you think about this? Really like this news article.
I'm not sure about the position of Obama. It seems he is with his foot in both camps, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it seems he has.
it has.
Uh-huh. But not sure.
I'm not sure because I didn't read the article that I saw this morning. But from that because of the Republicans didn't invite him, I think he has not an opinion.
You don't think he has an opinion?
I think he has, but perhaps it's not acceptable. Maybe.
Yeah, he maybe disagrees with Netanyahu and the Republicans in Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Yeah, for sure. Do you think that, so if we go back here, so we're close to a deal, the US and Iran, for a nuclear deal before the end of March deadline. Do you think this will harm chances of the deal happening, or do you think it'll stop them, or do you think it will matter, and maybe why?
Perhaps they will stop, but they will ask something in exchange. Maybe like petrol deals or any kind of help.
Okay. They'll schedule a deal or some kind of help?
Petrol. Oil.
So by...
By making new contracts about selling petrol.
Okay, I'm just not exactly sure. I'm sorry.
Yes, I want to say that if they will stop, they will ask something in exchange.
Okay.
And
well,
perhaps is about the price of oil or new market for selling petrol.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. And
Sorry.
no, don't be sorry. That was good. I'm glad it was a really good job of stopping and kind of going back and restating what you were saying, because it definitely is understandable now. Adela, welcome to class. Adela, how's it going?
I'm fine.
Nice. Good to see you. And welcome to class. Amp, what about you? What do you think here?
That the United States is supposed to have a deal, and they were supporting that Iran don't use the nuclear weapons, but nowadays it seems that there are a kind of disagreement in between Netanyahu, Obama, and the relation that is supposed to be one of the best in between two of them. It's supposed to go low now, and I show and an example of that is because Obama hasn't been invited to the Congress where Netanyahu is going to be.
Yeah, to Congress, where Netanyahu is going to speak. Nice, yeah. that's exactly what's going to happen, or what is happening right now, pretty much. All right, and I think we're good. Does anybody have any questions or comments on this page or about this article before we
This
move on?
is related to even to Japan because Iran is Iran and North Korea have a very good relationship. Both countries were developing a nuclear weapon. So sometimes their scientists exchange to each other. But both countries had been sanctioned, had sanctioned by America or some countries. So they are getting poorer. So Iran said recently, last year or 2 years ago, I forgot, said they gave up nuclear weapon.
Hmm. Yeah, so Iran years ago said they gave up trying to develop nuclear weapons.
Mm.
Okay. And so are people in Japan nervous that
Yes,
if
North
sanctions...
Korea is their let's say pride still going on.
is still maybe trying to develop nuclear weapons?
Mm-hmm. Actually, yesterday they launched 2 missiles in Japan Sea.
2 missiles into the Sea of Japan?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely of worry for sure. Okay. Good point. Any other questions or comments here?
In my opinion, I think President Obama should negotiate with Netanyahu directly.
Yeah.
And
That would be... Okay, go on.
and communicate with each other.
And
They
should communicate.
they should communicate with each other sincerely about about the conflict
Okay. Yeah. That would probably be ideal. I don't think they get along very well. They're pretty ideologically distant. So, yeah, but that would be ideal for sure. All right. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Yeah, it's for peaceful purposes is what Iran says their nuclear aspirations are. So they want to build a reactor in order to use nuclear energy. But yeah, supposedly, obviously. And I think we're good on this page. Let's go on to the next page. Okay, no, I don't know if we have time for that. And let's have Umberto. Well, where are we? Ken. Can you read the quotation?
Okay. A good newspaper, I suppose, is a nation talking to itself.
Good. What do you think about this, Ken? What do you think it means?
Kind of the good newspaper should be a representative of the people.
Okay.
Because the government side authorities and news kind of media, how can I say, media often is used to by manipulation of people by the authorities. So maybe that's not a good newspaper. Kind of a vague sentence. So I interpret such kind of thing, but it's up to the what point of view. Good newspaper might represent the government side or government. Yeah, kind of two ways interpretation can be possible.
Yeah. Okay. And so maybe a good newspaper, it represents more the people than the people who are trying to manipulate the people. Yeah, I think that's good. Adela, what do you think here?
Yes, I agree with the quotation, because sometimes newspaper are write information biased.
So,
I don't know.
sometimes newspapers write biased
Biased.
articles.
Okay, articles, and only you can mm, you can have only a vision, a particular vision of this newspaper. Is necessary a newspaper was objective and join things about a nation, because a nation is not one idea or one kind of idea. It's a lot of different thoughts. I think is really the good newspaper um, had to join all that this nation is impossible.
A good newspaper has to join all what?
All ideas or all feelings, all about the totality of people live in a nation.
Okay, maybe a good newspaper has to join all the opinion, or maybe maybe it has to write about all the opinions
Yes.
in the nation. I think that's good. Yeah, so a good newspaper is a nation talking to itself. So within the newspaper, there are both sides of the story.
Teacher, can I talk?
Yeah.
And the situation depends on the different countries. In the democratic country, like the USA, Japan, and France, news media, the news media are independent of the government. So they can express their idea freely.
Nice. Yeah.
I
So.
disagree. I
But
disagree.
but in some countries, but
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm just writing what Adela says. But in some countries.
but in some countries, like China, North Korea, and Cuba, the government the government, control the news medias, control the news media. So,
I'm actually gonna have to cut you off. We've got
oh,
right to the
time
end
is
of class.
over.
Yeah, I've got another class right after this if you guys want to join. I'd love to have all of you guys. Thanks for coming in. I thought it was nice to see you, although briefly. Everybody else is really good to see you guys and talk with you. Hopefully
See you
I can see you.
tomorrow.
Thank you
You
very
are
much.
very patient.
Bye.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.